Welcome everybody, Rob Provencher here in the back room of my studio talking to you today about wedding albums. You know, I've been looking for a long time for what I consider to be the ideal wedding album supply company. And I was looking for certain criteria, and they had to have certain things that were really important to me. Had to be a good quality album, had to be a good variety of album covers, it had to be something that I could easily design and put together and get to the actual company and delivered within a decent amount of time. And it had to be a reasonable cost. I found when digital albums first came out, it's gotten a little bit better, but I found them to be really expensive, like just so much so that it made it very impractical. And it was hard to really determine which album company stood out of the rest because, you know, it seemed that every convention and workshop and WPPI and all these events, there'd be so many album companies. Well, I believe I found it. Anybody who knows me or has spoken with me or seen me on tour knows I'm a big believer in the AlbumEpoca company. I want to talk to you briefly about why I believe this company to be number one in my books. Okay, so I'm going to talk specifically about weddings, and there's other albums and they have other services that they supply for other products, but those are in the other video. For now, I just want to talk to you about what they supply insofar as wedding albums are concerned. They have a catalog with an amazing amount of wedding covers. I'm just trying to get into the video here. There we are. And so they've got a lot of traditional styles, modern styles, and dozens and dozens and dozens. A lot of different sizes, square, vertical. They have this awesome little catalog, which is a high quality, high gloss printed catalog that they supply these to photographers. If you're a registered user of their product, you can get these in order to hand these to your clients. So when I get a wedding consultation in the studio, and we're talking about, and I'm showing them the samples, which I'll show you a few in a second here, and I tell the bride, I said, you can have your album designed in any cover and from the selection we have, and I give her this, and it just makes such a powerful statement because it's top quality all the way. Now it gets even better with these here catalogs, because AlbumEpoca will design the catalogs, because they do their printing right in-house. They will design and incorporate your photographs and your layouts right within the actual catalog. Okay, so there's the actual albums that are laid out, plus the actual work of the photographer. So you pay a little bit for that, but it's not outrageously expensive. It's you know, at the wholesale cost. And so as you can see, they've got different albums, different layouts, highlighting the work of the photographer. So, and they show all the different styles and covers. They got, you know, all of them laid out there, different layouts. It's all there. So it's really a very informative and a very impressive piece. All right, let me just show you the actual album. This is the one studio album we've been using. It's very traditional. It's called the Bellagio. This is a 12 by 12. When you pick it up, it feels sort of hefty, and you could feel it. It's quality. The album is quality. It's top notch. There's nothing at all that exudes cheapness about it. It feels absolutely top quality all the way, with the binding, the way it was put together. In this particular album here, it's got a little bit of a, you know, ribbon on it, so it's a little bit fancier. And then when you open it up, I hope you can see that. You can see the different layouts. Some are very straightforward. And what's cool about AlbumEpoca is when you become a registered user, and they only accept professional photographers, so you have to sort of be established and kind of apply. So there is some criteria to join in and using them. They're sort of exclusive about who they choose, but you know, if you're a legitimate studio and you're shooting weddings and you have a website, that's all good. But what they have is an awesome, it's a humongous program for design, album design, that they've built, and they're constantly improving upon it all the time. And it includes all kinds of templates and layouts and all kinds of different sizes and configurations for designing albums. And it's an awesome program. Not only is it versatile, but it's free. As a registered user, you have access to it. And I've used it, and it's fast. It's very, very fast. I'm all about saving time. And they also have another service. I haven't tried it yet, but I've seen the results, and the results are amazing, where they will actually design the album for you. They'll have traditional, modern, and romantic, I believe it is. You just tell them design it traditional or design it romantic or design it modern, and they will lay it out for you, and it's not expensive at all. So they offer all kinds of services. These guys really know how to work with photographers. They've only been in Canada about a year and a bit, and they've been in the U.S. a little longer. And if you're looking for them in the U.S., go to Albums Inc. Albums Inc. is the largest wedding album supply company in the U.S., and you'll see them when you go to Albums Inc. at WPPI. You'll see the Album Epoca line there. And if you want to get access to them in Canada, it's AAD. I forget the name of the website. ArtisticAlbumDesign.com. You know what? I've got it on my webpage. Just let me. There it is. AADAlbums.com. AADAlbums.com is the website. Sorry about that, folks. I forgot where I was. So AADAlbums.com, and that is the website if you're in Canada and you want to check them out and you want to apply and become a registered user of their wedding albums. Now let me explain it a little bit more. When you design a large album, and there's different sizes, I got to tell you, the prices are very, very respectable for the quality that you get, all things considered. But when you build upon the main wedding album, you can then get at reduced prices, like drastically reduced prices, offshoot albums in any cover you want. There's a lot of different colors available for these are called the family or parent albums. Okay, so they are a duplicate of the larger main wedding album. Okay, so when you get that main wedding album done, you have access to a family album, or you can get a family album and what's called the best friends album. This is typically for the bride's sister or the maid of honor or both, and it's upside down, so let's flip it over. And again, this is just one cover. They've got many different cover choices, and you're not going to believe the prices on these. I'm not going to say them because I want to keep it confidential, but it's really good. It's when I first saw them, and when my wife first saw these albums. My wife is the guardian of the gate, so to speak. She's the manager of the studio with me, and if it doesn't pass her critical eyes, and she looks at it from a quality standpoint, and she looks at the price, and she makes a decision, like I very much do too. You know, I make a decision based on all these things. If something's out of balance, it's not going to really work for us. So when she saw the prices and the quality of these albums, she was convinced. It gets a little bit better too. Some really cool add-ons. Again, you got the main album, you got the family album or the parents album, you got the best friends album, and then you can get the friends album, which is these cute little guys here. And again, they're duplicates of the main album. And again, you're not going to believe the pricing on these. These are really, really well priced. And there's a new product called the mini album. Okay, these are really awesome. Just these little cute little guys too, and those are brand new. So for weddings, all things considered, it's one of the most amazing companies I've ever dealt with, and I'm a big believer and I'm a big advocate. So I encourage you to check them out. AADAlbums.com or AlbumsInc.com out of the U.S. And I wish I had more to say. I know I've got a lot to say. I could probably go on for hours, but I encourage you to go check them out and know that I'm a big believer when it comes to wedding albums that the Album Epoca, by far, unbeatable. All right, signing off until we meet again. See you around.